Hi. All right. So we are going to look at the Discover part of the Hapara dashboard. So here I am in my Hapara dashboard. I'm on my workspace section. Here's all my workspaces here. So what we're going to look at, because we already looked at this, is this Discover part here. So right next to the My Workspaces, you have the Discover tab. So I'm going to go ahead and click that tab. Now, once I click it, I'm taken into this part of the site. This is where all of the public workspaces are stored. Fantastic area, extremely useful. I kind of equate it to Teachers Pay Teachers. So it's a central place where you can locate a ton of workspaces with tons of resources in it. But just like in Teachers Pay Teachers, you do want to go into it knowing that you're not going to want to just pull something out and use it right away, that you want to go through it and vet it and change things up. And there's definitely ways you can do that. So we're going to walk through this right now. So bear with me. Now, when you get to this part and you want to search for a public workspace, a public workspace is a workspace that's been created by educators around the world, and they have selected to make their workspace public and allows for everyone else to access them. This is something you can do with your workspace too, as we went over in a different video. So when you go to search for a workspace that is public, you have some filter options here. You can filter by subject, you can filter by grade, you can filter by standard, so you can use this drop down here, or these tabs right here, you can simply just click on one. And as you can see, Alberta Program of Studies is one of the filter options, which is fantastic. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to search for a public workspace. So I want to find one that's under Alberta Program of Studies, and you see I click on that. So I have 2,205 workspaces that are linked to where the educator who's created it has actually gone and linked it and said this is linked to this program of studies. Now I'm going to say I want to filter by subject to science. So that narrows my search results to 423. And I want to look for grades. Let's go 2 and 1 and grade 3. Okay. So that's giving me 88 search results. And so I can see I filtered by all of these. I'm going to go through, I'm going to look, let's see. Again, remembering that it's all going to be different depending on what you pick. So we have like a simple machines one. So let's look at the simple machines one. When you click on a workspace, it opens up in a sidebar here. You can look at a little bit more. So show more. Now, this is why you really need to check these out before you decide on a workspace that you want to use and copy. Because I did put kindergarten or grade 1, 2, and 3, but this one you see is using the Alberta Program Studies grade 4, although now the educator has selected that it sees grades. So you know what? I'm just not going to use that workspace. I don't think it's really meeting my needs. I'm going to close that. I'm going to keep looking. Find one here. Let's see. Grades 1 to 3. Maybe I'll look at this. I think I want to look at ones with buoyancy. Buoyancy. Oh, I guess you need to know how to spell it. There we go. Boats and buoyancy. Let's try that one. Okay, so this is grade 2, boats and buoyancy. And let's see. Okay, so here we are. It is actually giving me specific learner outcomes related to grade 2. That's fantastic. You know what? I'm going to open this workspace. Now, when you open the workspace, you'll see it does open in a brand new tab. That's fantastic. And as of right now, I'm still just exploring the workspace. So it's showing up for me here exactly how a learner might see it. One thing to know is that the public workspaces are not going to have any learner information on them. So no learner names or any personal information like that for the learners and the students is not going to be on here. It's just going to be the resources that the teacher has allowed access to, but Hapara does not allow anything that's pertinent student information. So here I have the educator has organized this. I have the resources and some videos. I have lesson 2, so they've gone by in lessons. So this is great. This is kind of a little unit, which is fantastic. One of the things to check when you're doing this is to see if the Google files will open. I'm going to click on that. Again, opens in a new tab, which I also think is fantastic. So this is great. The Google file opens right here, so I can request edit access. So I can only view this, or I can go and make a copy, which is great. So there, that's open. Now, sometimes you might come across a workspace where you go to open that, but the teacher who created it has restricted the permissions, so it wouldn't be able to open. And then that comes for you to decide, is that a workspace I want to continue using, or do I want to find one where I can access the actual documents? And that, again, is just up to you. All right, so I'm going to go, and you know what? This looks like one I want to use. So I'm going to go right here in the top right-hand corner, and there's a copy button. I'm going to click copy, and now it's copying my workspace for me. And because this does take a little bit of time, I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to go back to my main thing here. Oh, never mind, there it showed up. Okay, so when I copy a workspace, what happens is it shows up in the owned by me. So here I was copying the workspace. Here I am going here, and this now it's in my teacher dashboard under my workspaces under owned by me. So when you copy a public workspace, it ends up here, and now you have access to it, and you can edit it and change it to suit the needs of you and your students. So I'm just going to open this, and I'm going to show you now how it looks to edit it. So here we have it opened, and you can see now it definitely looks different. I no longer have the learner view, but now I have the editing view. So I can do lots of things with this now, basically everything I could do if I had done this workspace from scratch. So I can put in groups and add my own students in, due dates, all of this stuff. I can add, edit, or delete any of the cards. I may think, oh, I don't really want to do this, so I'm going to take that out. Or I want to add something in, another video here. You can edit all of this, which is absolutely fantastic. The other thing you can do is that you see right here, the title of this workspace, Boats and Buoyancy and Copy. I can actually edit the title too. And I can edit the description and all of this information. So to do that, you would go over here by the publish and go to the drop down more actions, go to edit workspace. And now you can see I can change all of this. So I can do, I'm going to change the workspace title to Ahoy Grade 2 Capson. Okay, and then maybe you added something else, so you might want to put in another, maybe you did some cross-curricular stuff in here. You might want to add in some outcomes for English or ELA, whatever. So you go and save it. Now I've changed that title. So this is, again, a great, great aspect of Hapara, being able to access all of these different resources from amazing educators around the world. I really hope that you get a lot of work from this, and if you need any help with it, give me a shout.